Hi, Christina Brown here with the Brown Team. I am talking about the 10 top improvements you can make when selling your home that pay off the most. So, spending money on your home could definitely make you more money. It could definitely be a great thing. But I've also seen people misspend and focus on the wrong things. And keep in mind, every neighborhood and home, this list could go in different orders and be different things for different people. I help people all the time try to figure out what they should and shouldn't do that I feel is going to give them the biggest bang for your buck. If you are staying in your home for a long time, you do what makes you happy. But if you are looking to sell within a couple of years, then I say these are the things you definitely need and want to focus on. We know that not all improvements will pay off. Not all improvements do you get every dime spent back. Some you'll get a percentage back, some you'll get more than what you spend back. So I'm trying to focus on those that give you the best return on your investment. These are the ones that I most likely see a homeowner come out in the positive when they do these things. The number one thing is make sure you deep clean your home. Buyers notice if the fans have caked on dust, if there's grease all over the walls in the kitchen. It matters. Do a deep cleaning. Hire someone to do a deep cleaning and deep clean your appliances, whatever you have to do to get those areas clean. But a deep cleaning is super key, super important. No buyer wants to see cobwebs and dust and grease that you've left behind. And that leads me into my second one, which is declutter. So if you have too much stuff everywhere, it's going to be distracting when they come through. But number one reason is because it shows in pictures too. And remember, pictures is what's going to either draw them in to your home or keep them from coming in. So clutter can mess you up on selling your home. So make sure you declutter. Make sure you get things organized. Even if it's stuff you love and you want to keep, if you're selling, pack it away. You're going to have to pack it away anyway. Might as well do some pre-packing. And then of course, painting. Paint is so cheap. It is the best return on investment I see people get, as long as either you or a professional does a super great quality job. If you're leaving marks all over the ceiling and the trim and paint in places where it shouldn't be, then you're actually not doing yourself a favor. You're actually hurting yourself. So make sure, if you personally aren't patient enough to be a painter, hire a professional for this one. Again, it is still a cheap and reasonable improvement that you can make. And so I say painting that's done well and that's neutral always pays off, okay? And then of course the next thing is keeping up with the maintenance of your home. So if you know you have leaky faucets, a loose toilet, a piece of trim that's missing, whatever it is, do those maintenance items. Buyers will notice them. Inspectors for sure will pick them out, but you definitely don't want buyers to start picking apart your home as they start to walk through it. You don't want to leave them anything they can pick apart. So maintenance is a great payoff. Definitely the maintenance is important. Updating fixtures, that's a big deal, especially if you're talking like knobs. Those are super easy. You can do that yourself. Not that expensive. Things like faucets, if they're old and the chrome is all rusty and it just looks really cruddy. So anyways, fixtures are another great thing. If you have, really old light fixtures and ceiling fans and they're just old and yucky, you can get them for very reasonable. A lot of people can change them out themselves or hire a professional electrician. That is not super expensive. My next improvement I have is look at the floor. So if your flooring is ripped, has holes, dated, looks dingy, just doesn't go with the rest of the house, whatever, definitely think about replacing and updating your flooring. So you can do that also pretty reasonable. You don't have to pick something super crazy expensive unless you're in the kind of neighborhood that of course you do. Like I said, every neighborhood, every house is a little bit different. The next thing to think about is updating the kitchen. So we know kitchens and baths sell, we hear that all the time. And master bedrooms and master suites and all of that. But kitchens are a biggie. Number one, it's the space people will entertain in. It's the space every guest will see. So spend time looking at your kitchen. If you can make improvements, that can definitely pay off. Just make sure you're doing the right improvements when talking about your kitchen. Probably need to consult an agent to give you good advice. So feel free to hit me up with questions. And then bathrooms are of course another one. So if your bathrooms are old, everything's pink or green or blue, you know what I'm talking about, those old bathrooms that are just way out of style, unless it's that kind of charming home that everything's original and it makes sense, chances are, yeah, you need to update it. So that's another thing to think about. My next tip is about curb appeal. So my 3 biggies with curb appeal is clean up, green up, paint up. So think of those things, but curb appeal matters. Remember, it's the first thing they're gonna see, it's the last thing they're gonna see. Curb appeal is absolutely important, and typically you're not spending a ton of money on curb appeal. So you don't have to spend a bundle on this. And then my last tip is just before you are ready to put it on the market, have a stager come through and stage it. That matters because that's what's going to show in the pictures. So my stager is a huge part of my marketing plan because I know she's going to help them have it picture ready. That is what's going to make people decide to come or not to come into your home. So those are my 10 tips, my 10 best improvements that will pay off when selling your home. I hope that helps. If you have any questions, give me a holler.